So, let's talk about shotguns with full auto on it because they're pretty much all I use because they are fucking ridiculous. But before I go in depth on automatic shotguns, I'm going to go over a few shotguns that may or may not be automatic that you might want to look out for because they absolutely, positively wreck fucking face. So, first off, the Fellwinter's Lie. It is a shotgun you get from the Iron Banner. I currently have one with a shot package and luck in a chamber on it, and it rapes the shit out of people. Only bad thing about it is it has a shitty fire rate. It has way too much impact. It can get max range with a hammer forge, which I also have on mine. And from what I've heard from people that I've played with, they said a Fellwinter's Lie with full auto is also a monstrosity. I haven't tried that because I have a insane one, so I don't really need to worry about that. But the Fellwinter's Lie is a shotgun you might want to hold on to. Another one, if you run across any shotgun, say it's a green shotgun with only 3 rounds and luck in the chamber, you might want to keep that, especially if you don't have any amazing shotguns or you're at a low rank. That thing cleans up. I've had quite a few of them and I've used them in PvP, and with only 3 rounds in a shotgun, luck in the chamber pops up a lot. So you can just mow people down. They just won't know what happened to them. Also, if you run across the blue shotgun Lockjaw and you happen to get it with full auto on it, it's basically a blue found verdict. It is insane. It has way too much impact for a blue weapon, and it's just a found verdict if you get it with full auto on it. And let's say you haven't got around to getting a found verdict or your rank's too low, there you go. Good to go. Another one you want to watch out for, the Judgment 6. It's sold by New Monarchy, and if you get it with the right perks, say full auto or maybe shot package, it becomes the bane of people's existence. It hits like a mule, and if you get full auto on it, it just becomes even worse. Now, on to full auto and why it's all I use. Shotguns have inconsistencies. Every now and then, you'll shoot a guy and it won't kill him. You rely on shotguns to kill people in one shot, but they don't always. So, full auto basically doubles the fire rate of any shotgun you put it on, making it a little bit more ridiculous. And they're even dangerous when they're just green and blue weapons. Well, in the Crucible at least, but you can just tap fire shots out and lay pretty much anybody down. So you get double or even more, maybe 2.5 times the fire rate. If you get hammer forged on it, that's all you really need to max out the fucking the range. And you don't really need to melee because you just roll up to a guy, tap twice on the trigger, and he's done. Never hold the trigger down because it'll cause you to fire slower. But if you just roll up, tap the trigger as fast as you can, you will empty on a motherfucker, especially with weapons like the found verdict. Now, I'm going to rank some of the fucking automatic shotguns you're watching in this video right now, and I'm going to discuss which ones are good and which ones are terrible for horsemen. So, starting with the worst automatic shotgun that I've ever seen or heard of, we're going to go with the fourth horseman. It should not be an exotic. I have 3 of them. They are nothing more than shards to me, and it has the shittiest reload. It has terrible range, like literally the worst range I've ever seen on any weapon in the game. It does have an extremely high fire rate, I will give it that, but basically it doesn't have an exotic perks on it. The first perk, Thunderer, is pretty much just full auto, except it fires faster, and that's just not good enough. They should have just gave it a really high fire rate, put full auto on it, and then actually given it an exotic perk called the fourth horseman that did something. And the reload on it is so bad that you have to use the reload perk, and you don't get to use hand loaded. And by the way, hand loaded is something for blue weapons. Alright, an exotic should have hammer forge or at least send it, but it has hand loaded, which is bullshit, and why it should never have been an exotic to begin with. Maybe a cool exclusive PlayStation blue weapon like many others. It's a fucking piece of shit. If you get it, shard it. Next up, any green shotgun with full auto is a monster. Alright, if you're at a low rank, you don't have any other shotguns, even if you're at a high rank, you can just take a green shotgun you found out in single player and murder people with it, because green shotguns with full auto can empty the magazine quickly as fuck. And but the only thing that's holding back is the fact that they only have 4 rounds. And speaking of 4 rounds, next up, blue shotguns with full auto and hand loaded on them. Basically, they're just the same thing as the green ones with on steroids. So you're limited to the 4 rounds. You got full auto. You can mop the floor with people, and you got hand loaded. So now you got better range. So next up, this is also probably my favorite shotgun right now for full auto. 2 to the morgue. 2 to the morgue full auto is broken. That thing hits people from so far away and so hard. I've got 3 2 to the morgue to drop for me, and I've sharded all of them except for the full auto one because the fire rates on them are just so bad. So the one with full auto is just a monster. I use it all the time, and it just murders people. The other ones, they just wasted my time because they had shitty perks. But if you get hammer forged and full auto on the 2 to the morgue, game over. Also, mine has Cascade, which you normally wouldn't think would come in handy, but it actually does. Because every now and then, I shoot a guy with my shotgun and melee him, and then it just reloads super fast. So it's basically like having Outlaw on a shotgun. Next up, which I wanted to make number 1, but I'm going to give it number 2, the Invective. The Invective is exotic. It has 4 rounds, which is one of the main reasons I didn't make it the number 1 auto shotgun that I've come across. It hits like a truck. It fires smooth as shit. You never notice the recoil. It fires fast as shit. So before a guy can even get to you, you've already shot him 2 or 3 times. And it's just not much they can do about it. And the range on it is maxed out. You could max the fucking range out. The only bad thing on it is the Invective perk takes way too long to replenish your ammo. I wish it did something more than just replenish your ammo. Like, you know, like the universal remote or something. But the Invective is a solid shotgun, an incredibly solid shotgun, and it fires way too fast. The only thing really holding back is it only has 4 rounds, which brings me to the number 1 full auto shotgun in the game, the fucking Found Verdict. It is a monster. Here's what's going for it. You know where it is. You know where to get the Found Verdict. You just go in the Vault of Glass, play it a couple times, you'll get it. I think it even drops on multiple bosses, so it's super easy to get. Everybody has it. It can get max range, has full auto on it, has fucking last round on it, so your final round is just like, what? And then on top of that, it has 6 fucking shots in it, so it's basically the king of full auto shotguns. And that's pretty much all you're gonna see in Crucible is Found Verdict. You'll often see me in my videos cleaning up with that motherfucker. It's a beast. I really wanted Invective to be the best, but the fact of the matter is, Found Verdict doesn't take up your exotic slot. Like, you can run fucking Last Word with Found Verdict. You can run Red Death with Found Verdict, Vex Mythoclast with Found Verdict. I love the Invective, and I like how great it is and how you can just knock off 2-3 shots before a guy gets close to you. But Found Verdict is just insane, and it doesn't take up your exotic slot, and that's really what's holding Invective back. But I will say this about Invective. I have managed to kill Sunsinger Warlock, and then when he brought himself back to life right in front of me, I just killed him again. Because that's how fast the Invective shoots. But, you know, the Found Verdict might be a little bit more to handle and shoot a little slower, but damn it, it shoots fast enough and it cleans up. So, as always, if you like this commentary, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give that shit a thumbs down. And if you disagree, I understand, but you're wrong.